Imagine hearing your doorbell at 2 a.m. and the man outside calls your wife babe. What would you do?
The night everything changed started with the doorbell. It was 2 in the morning, and the sharp, loud sound echoed through the entire house, yanking me out of a deep sleep. My heart instantly started pounding. Who on earth shows up at this hour? My wife, Mia, stirred next to me. "Did you hear that?" she mumbled. Before I could even form a word, the doorbell rang again, longer this time, more insistent. "Just ignore it," she whispered, pulling the covers tighter. But something felt deeply wrong. A knot of unease twisted in my stomach. I slipped out of bed, the cold floorboards doing nothing to calm my nerves. As I crept into the hallway, Mia followed, clutching her robe around herself like she was bracing for something. When I finally cracked the door open just enough to see, a man's voice called out, way too cheerfully for Tua, "Babe, you left your purse in my car?" Time stopped. I froze. Mia froze. Everything inside my chest just stopped. The man stepped forward into the yellow glow of the porch light, holding up her purse like he was doing her some big favor. He looked far too comfortable, too familiar, letting the word babe roll off his tongue. Before I could react, Mia snatched the purse and hissed at him to leave. He just shrugged, like this was all no big deal, and then casually walked off into the night, humming a little tune. I closed the door slowly, my lungs burning for air I couldn't seem to find. Mia immediately launched into an explanation. "It was a misunderstanding," she said. "He was just a coworker, giving her a ride home after a late team dinner." "Then why did he call you babe?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "He was drunk," she shot back. "He was just joking around." I looked her straight in the eye and said, "I'm not stupid, Mia." The silence that followed screamed everything she was trying so desperately not to say. I went back to our bedroom, but sleep was a lost cause. Lying there in the dark, every possibility felt like a knife twisting in my gut. Around dawn, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. She was fast asleep, but I was wide awake. I saw the screen light up. It was a message from him. "I had a great night. Can't stop thinking of you." My stomach lurched. I put the phone down and walked outside just to feel the cold air on my face, just to breathe. When Mia finally woke up, she acted like it was just another Tuesday. She made coffee, she smiled, she asked about my day ahead. I walked over, placed her phone on the counter right in front of her, and asked, "Who is he?" She had the nerve to roll her eyes at me. "You're overreacting," she said. Then she added the final blow. "If you don't trust me, that's your problem." She left for work in a huff, slamming the door behind her. The second her car was out of the driveway, I went straight to the security camera footage. And there it was. She hadn't come home with a group of coworkers. She had been dropped off by that same man, not at 2 in the morning, but at midnight. The footage showed them laughing, her touching his arm, her whole body language screaming intimacy. It was the body language of someone who had completely forgotten she was married. Seeing it felt like a physical punch. I quietly downloaded the video. I didn't want revenge, not yet. I just wanted the truth. I sent her a simple text. "When will you be home?" "Late," she replied. "Got a long shift." I waited, and I waited. At 9 that night, she finally walked in, smelling of a cologne that wasn't mine. "I'm exhausted," she sighed, throwing her keys on the counter. I looked at her and asked, "Do you still think I'm overreacting?" She crossed her arms, her face hardening. "What do you want, Mark?" she demanded. I didn't say a word. I just picked up the remote and played the security footage on the living room TV. Her face went completely white. It was like all the color, all the life, just drained out of her in an instant. She started pacing back and forth, frantically saying, "It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like." I kept my voice steady. "It looks exactly like what it looks like, Mia." And then the excuses started pouring out. She was lonely. I worked too much. She didn't mean for it to happen. I cut through the noise with one question. "Do you love him?" "No," she whispered. I asked the one question that mattered most. "Did you cheat on me?" She didn't answer. She just stood there. And that silence was the loudest confession I'd ever heard. That's when she finally broke. She fell apart, sobbing, desperately trying to hold me, but I stepped back. I couldn't let her touch me. "I need space," I said. She begged me not to end things. "Sleep in the guest room? was all I could manage to say, and she did. The next morning, as if to pour salt on the wound, her phone buzzed again. I saw the preview on her lock screen. It was him. "Miss you already." She had no idea I'd seen it. A cold, calm resolve washed over me. I picked up her phone and, pretending to be her, I wrote back. "Let's meet tonight." He sent an address instantly. A bar across town. That evening, Mia tried to talk to me again, begging me to work this out. "We'll talk later," I said, and then I walked out the door. I drove straight to that bar. I spotted him easily, that same cocky smile, a drink in his hand, looking around the room for her. I walked right up to his table. He looked confused at first, then recognition flickered in his eyes, followed by pure panic. "I think you're waiting for my wife," I said. "Her husband is here instead." He immediately tried to shift the blame onto her. She told him she was in an unhappy marriage, he claimed. She said she was practically single. Every word was another twist of the knife. He started apologizing, but apologies from the man who helped destroy your marriage mean absolutely nothing. I turned and walked away before I did something I would definitely regret. When I got home, Mia was on the couch, shaking. She knew where I'd gone. She begged me to listen, said she regretted everything, that she wanted to fix us. "Regret doesn't erase betrayal, Mia," I told her. "I need honesty, not excuses." The tears flowed harder. She admitted everything. They had been seeing each other for a month. She liked the attention. She never, ever thought she would get caught. I looked at the woman I thought I knew and said, "Trust doesn't survive on a foundation of lies." She swore she'd do anything to win me back.